Hi guys, and welcome to the Unite phone training on the Yealink T85. Getting started, we're going to talk about all the buttons and what they do, some basic phone settings, how to answer and place a call, how to park a call, transfer a call, and put the call on hold, and finally how to check your voicemail and set up your greeting. So let's first talk about the phone display and how you guys can utilize that, and then we'll talk more about the fixed keys down here. So keys that may appear on your phone are going to be up here. So I'll just start with the fact that you guys are going to have your extension key listed twice. So you guys can see I'm 313. And I do have two buttons that say 313. That is there, so if I'm on the phone with an outside person and then someone else is calling me, I could push that second 313 to put the first call on hold and answer the second line. So basically this just lets you juggle between two calls at the same time and just put the other one on hold. Other buttons you guys might have, if you guys have a general mailbox, that might be something that appears on your phone. So for example, let's pretend this said general mailbox. If there was a red light next to it, it would mean there's a voicemail there. I could push that button. It will then say, please enter your PIN followed by pound. I would enter my PIN, which is listed here. And then at that point, listen to my messages. Once I listen to messages, it's going to turn the light off on all the phones that share that button. So if you guys are utilizing that, that's what that looks like. Some of you guys might be utilizing a page key. So if you guys have a page button on your phone, you can push that button to do a page through the speakers, or you can do it through, if you have overhead speakers, that's what that's for. Some of you guys might be utilizing record keys. So if you have a button that says record, you can push that button to record and then push it to stop. If you push record and then when you hang up, it will also stop then too. So you have either option for that if you guys do utilize the record button. Other things you might have is buttons for coworkers. So you guys can see I have a couple people here on my first page. If they're on the phone, it'll be lit red. If they're off the phone, it's green like this, but you can always push that to call them. And then finally, you guys might be using what are called park keys, which are just holds you guys can pick up anywhere. I'll be talking more about that on a different slide, but I just wanted to mention what that was. You guys also have these little keys down here they're called soft keys. They just change based on what you're doing. So you've got a history button, directory, do not disturb, and menu. If you're on a call, they just change. They'll say like transfer, hold, and conference is an option. So just know these are like little menu keys. Down here, you guys are going to have the message key that will get you to your voicemail. This is going to be your headset key. So if you have a headset paired with your phone, you can use that to answer and hang up. This is a microphone key, so you can use that to mute yourself and unmute. This is scroll, so if you guys have more than one page of keys, I don't, but if you did, you could push this button to go to page 2 and see more keys, things like that. So that's what this is. It just takes you to the second page. Over here, you guys have a navigational pad that you can use for enter and cancel. So if I was in the menu and I wanted to go to basic and change my ringtone, I could use this to go through the menu, and then there's enter and there's cancel. This is volume up and down. This is hold. This is transfer. This is redial, and this is speakerphone. Going over on how to answer calls and all that good stuff. So first and foremost, if you guys want to make an outbound call, you're just going to lift your handset or press speaker and then dial area code and phone number. It's just like cell phone dialing, so just make sure you guys include the area code and phone number. But you pick up the handset, and for example, if you were calling ServiceMark, it's just 816-478-2000. Don't have to dial anything extra, just area code and phone number. When you guys get a call in, it's going to have their caller ID here on the display. Also, if you're part of a call group, maybe you answer for like a group called sales. It would say Jay Halterman, the phone number, and then say for sales. And that way you'd know, thanks for calling sales. This is Jenny when you answer. So that obviously at that point you can lift your handset, you can press answer. If you do want to send a call to voicemail, you can hit reject. And obviously if you need to call 911, you just lift your handset and call 911. If you guys want to conference call, when you guys are on a call, you will have different options, and you can see here when it's ringing. So here we have transfer, hold, or conference. If I press conference, this caller is going to go on hold and I'm going to get dial tone. So then I can dial either an extension number or an outside number. And then once they answer, I can press conference again and it ties everyone's together. So it's just basically conference, phone number, conference. Just keep in mind you are limited to a 3-way party on the conferencing. If you'd like to place a call on hold while you're on the phone here, you can press the hold button. That appears in two places. So you can either press hold here or hold here. It's the same thing, so whichever one you want. Once you do that, the caller is going to go on hold, and then you're going to see a little hold, like a hold option here next to the name. and you will have one of the options changed to resume, and you just push that button. Another option too is, if you're getting a second call, you could always push the second button for your extension to answer the second line and put your first one on hold. So whichever one you want to, depending on the situation. Parking. Park is a hold that you guys can pick up anywhere. So a lot of companies have, for by default, like 3 parks on their phones. You guys can see, like in my picture here, somebody's already waiting on park 980. So the way that park works is if I'm on a call with someone and I want to park it for Ryan to pick up, it's basically putting it on a universal hold that gives him time to pick it up when he's ready. Because maybe he's going to pick it up on the mobile app, or maybe he's going to pick it up on the desk phone, but he's finishing lunch, or whatever the case may be. It's just, if you transfer a call, it's right there. If you park a call, it gives them time to prepare for the call. So here I am. Let's pretend I'm on the phone with Susie. I don't want to park it for Ryan. What I will do is I will push the park key right here. At that point, the phone system will park it for me. It will say, call parked on park 980, and it's going to light it up red, like this one right here. So then I can call Ryan and say, hey, Ryan, you got to call on 980. The way that park works is it's like a valet. It will put it in the first available spot. So if this one was already taken, when I hit park, it would put it on 981 and tell me that. So again, that person can then just go to any phone and push the button to pick it up, or they can dial the 3-digit code to pick it up. So it's basically a park extension that they're waiting on. And they do hear hold music while they're waiting. So to them, it just seems like a normal hold. Now let's talk about transferring. Obviously, you guys can still transfer if you need to. So when you're on the phone with a person, instead of parking as an option, you can transfer it. So if you want to do transfer, that will then put the caller on hold when you push that button. At that point, you're going to dial an extension number or an outside number, whichever one you want to. If you want to stay and announce it, you can. Otherwise, if you just want to complete it, you just press transfer a second time. So it's just basically transfer, phone number, transfer, and you're done. Or transfer, extension number, transfer. Or if you have a button for them, transfer their button and transfer. There you go. If you guys want to transfer a call directly to voicemail, when you're on the line with the caller, again, you will press transfer to start, but then you're going to press the star key. If you have a button for your coworker, you can then push the button here, like I could push Janet's button, and then that would go straight to Janet's voicemail. If you do not have a button for your coworker, you can hit transfer star and then dial their extension number. And then this button here will become send, and then you can call that number and it'll go straight to voicemail. So that's all there is to it if you want to send someone to voicemail. Speaking of voicemail, we're going to talk about how you guys can check that. So checking your personal mailbox, you guys are going to press the message key right here to access that. It will ask you for your PIN followed by pound. The default is 123654. So again, I press the message key. It'll say, please enter your PIN followed by pound. So 123654 pound. At that point, she'll talk to me. She'll say, have 3 new messages or whatever the case may be. But if I want to set up my greeting, I'm going to choose option 3 for personal options. So I'll choose that, and then she'll talk to you. She'll say, to record a new greeting, press 1, and you guys can just follow the verbal instructions. My only note on this, if you guys are recording your greeting, is that make sure you listen back to it and accept it when you're done, or it won't save. So you do need to do that. That's about it on that. And again, keep in mind, this is for checking your personal voicemail. If you are a company that has a general mailbox message on a key, let's pretend the page says general mailbox. If there is a message left, this will be lit red. And you can push that. It'll ask you for your PIN followed by pound. You'll put that in there, and then you can listen to messages. For voicemail to email, if you guys are checking it that way, again, it will email you with this. It has an attachment. You could save that to your computer. It has the transcript. It has the phone number they called from and the name, all that good stuff right there in an email. If you guys need to open a ticket, if you guys have any issues or questions after you guys go live, you can call us at 816-478-2000. You can email support@servicemark.net, or you can visit our website to open a ticket, and I have the link directly there. Obviously, please contact your local system admin first to report the issue, and then they can reach out to us. If it's an emergency, obviously always call us. There is a tech on call even after hours if needed. And then also, please, when you're opening a ticket, include any specific examples of the issues you guys are having. The more details, the better, to help the techs solve what's going on for you. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching.